Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Mr. Califf, thank you for being here. Your authority is vast and your responsibility is great, and you're a gentleman of distinguished stature, so I appreciate you being here today. You have to give serious answers to hard questions, and I do indeed have some hard questions to submit to you. I'll be submitting the more interesting questions in writing for the record after the hearing. For legislative purpose, I have a specific line of questioning regarding imported seafood. It's just what I'm going to be discussing with you. As a matter of background, according to my research and investigations, about 60 to 65% of seafood consumed in America is imported. And generally speaking, given the limited resources that you have at your avail, you're able to supervise the inspection of about 0.1% of imported seafood. Is that generally correct, sir?
Well, we said a little differently. First, and by our count, it's more than 65% of seafood.
Right. This is the Republican side, so I'm being conservative.
Okay. But much as I described on the drug side just a few minutes ago, it starts with a digital inspection. That is, we have information about these facilities.
And the shipper and the owner and the importer.
And as it comes in, we use artificial intelligence now to look at the characteristics of the shipment to pick out. So it's not just the small number you referred to out of overall. It's a high-risk part of the import that
yes, and I appreciate that level of expertise, and of course the dynamics of illegal imports would include inspections beyond the biological and chemical realm. But according to a September 2017 GAO report titled Imported Seafood Safety, the FDA and USDA could strengthen efforts to prevent unsafe drug residues in imported seafood. A whistleblower has come forward indicating that a company called Choice Canning, an Indian shrimp exporter, has knowingly shipped antibiotic contaminated shrimp to the United States. Despite this, FDA data shows that only 21 shrimp samples from this company have been tested since 2003. Just to put this in perspective, again, respectfully, sir, you have a massive job to do and limited resources. I respect that. I want to help. This company that I'm referencing, the Choice Canning Company, which is a known violator, imported 24 million pounds of shrimp to the United States last year alone. So basically, imported seafood is coming into our country, and the billions and billions of pounds, is very little of it is being actually inspected at the laboratory level for biological and chemical contaminants. And the reason we're not getting sick is because we cook the seafood. Basically, that's the reality. So I would like to ask you, if you had legislation from this body that gave you teeth in your enforcement, like the authority and the mechanisms to destroy shipments that had been found to be contaminated, would that power be helpful for FDA enforcement of imported seafood that violates American standards for biological and chemical contaminants?
You asked the question in a specific way that I'm reluctant to say just yes. You
can say just yes.
What I would say is, in the general direction you're going, I would say in general, including this arena, the industries have by and large fought our ability to do what you described. It's not just true in the area that you mentioned, but in general, I believe we would exercise our authorities responsibly and could more quickly take care. I mean, there is stuff which sits there for a long time, given all the things we have to do in order to stop.
Roger that. Well, my intention, and thank you, sir, I'm going to close by saying that my intention is to legislatively empower the FDA to have very aggressive responses to shipments of contaminated seafood that enter our country. Mr. Chairman, I yield.
Let me thank you for that. And I'm a South Carolinian. I think our shrimp is better than yours. But in any case, there's nothing I'd like better than to see a resurgence of the seafood industry in the United States.
Well, I've learned from a young man not to argue with a gentleman in a bow tie, so I'll let you have that, sir.